Hello， 大家好。
Hi, welcome back.
好快又跟住過年啦。
So now we're gonna welcome the new year, the Chinese New Year.
咁咧，我哋咧今日咧就講咧就叫每一年嘅九宮飛星。
So the topic we're talking about today is going to be the 9 directional elements that we have.
OK， 嗱，事關今年過年咧就未轉年嘅。
So although the new year has come, January 1st has passed, we have not yet stepped into the actual new year on the lunar calendar.
嗱，事關好多人都唔知咧，其實咧我哋咧一定要立咗春先至要正式轉年。
So we have to actually wait till in our culture what we call such as welcoming the spring for the year to actually pass.
所以咧，農曆年咧到嗰時咧，其實都未正式踏入老虎年嘅。
So even though when we officially welcome the lunar new year, it doesn't necessarily mean that the new year has actually started.
係啦，所以咧好多人都問過我就話師傅啊，咁究竟過咗農曆年係咪算過年咧？其實係唔算過年㗎。
So there's a lot of people who ask, oh, Master Paul, if we stepped into Chinese New Year on the calendar, does it mean that we're already in the new year? And the answer is actually no.
事關我哋有24個節氣，一定係立咗春之後先至叫做過年。
So in order for us to actually welcome the real Chinese New Year, there has to be a turn of 24 days specifically. I don't know any more details. It's in Chinese, and fortunately, I'm unable to describe to you.
OK， 即係2022年嘅2月1日係唐人年，但係正式過牛年去到虎年咧，就係2022年嘅2月4號。
So although on the Chinese calendar you will see that February 1st is the day that we welcome the new year, the actually turn of the new year from the ox to the tiger does not actually happen until February 4th. So 3 days after.
OK， 嗱咁我哋而家講跟住嚟緊嘅2022年嘅九宮飛星啦。
So now we'll actually step into the topic of the 9 directions we have in year 2020.
OK， 首先我哋講東先。
So first we'll talk about East.
OK， 東咧就係三碧。
So East is the element we associate with called 3, which is copper. It also represents the rumor star.
即係我哋又叫做是非星啦。OK， 咁咧通常咧是非星咧梗係好多是非啊成嘅嘢嘅。
So usually in this spot in the East associated with the rumor star, there's a lot of rumors that actually goes on.
嗱，事關東屬木，個三碧亦都係屬木。
And that's because both the direction of East is in the wood element and also the third copper of the rumor star is also wood.
所以我建議擺咧就擺一個銅嘅麒麟。
So we recommend you to put a copper, looks like a little lion, but it's really not. It's a spiritual, I would say pet that you will see on statues. A lot of like banks have it, a copper one to help ease that spot.
我放心，我哋會有相播俾你睇嘅。
I will have a picture for you.
OK， 嗱咁跟住咧，或者可能擺一套5黃錢。
Or you can choose to put 5 copper coins.
OK， 都可以做到嗰個效果嘅。
And either one could help you ease this rumor star.
OK， 咁跟住我哋而家講到東南咯喎。
So now we're moving on to southwest or southeast.
東南咧就係4、6文昌道啦。
So the southeast direction represents the number 4, which means 4 green of intelligence and of studying.
東南本身屬木。
So the element of southeast originally is wood.
咁4、6文昌都係屬木。
And the 4th element, green, is also wood.
OK， 所以我建議擺咧就擺一個綠色嘅玉嘅文昌塔。
So we recommend for you to put a green jaded 9 floors pagoda.
OK， 我都有相睇嘅。
There will also be
OK， 咁跟住咧就可以擺4支富貴竹啦。
And next to it, you're gonna place 4 calligraphy pencils of bamboo made.
或者係擺啲水種嘅植物，
Or you can choose to plant any water-based plant.
又可以擺啲流水嘅物件喺嗰度。
Or any moving water decoration.
咁咧都可以令到屋企人嗰個智慧會提升嘅。
And all of that can actually help increase the intelligence and, if you have children, the studying habits of your child.
OK， 咁我而家講到南咯喎。
And now we're going to move on to south.
OK， 南咧就今年咧就九紫飛星到啦。
So, on the element of south this year, we are actually at number 9, which means people relationship.
九紫飛星又係屬火，南都係屬火。
And so, ironically, again, south, the element is fire, and the number 9 element is also fire.
嗱，九紫其實咧都算係一個桃花嘅星嚟嘅。
So, the element of the 9 purple is also known as a people relationship star.
嗱，咁所以咧，我建議咧
So, we recommend
就擺啲大葉嘅泥種植物。
We recommend for you to grow any plants who have big leaves that are grown in soil.
或者唔中意擺植物嘅話，可以擺張揮春啦。
Or if you don't like to put plants in your house, you can choose to put those.
揮春就自己中意嘅。
Yeah, it's like those little Chinese
Okay,
New Year stands
係啦。
that you really like.
或者可以擺一啲粉紅色嘅物件啦，例如鴛鴦啊，都得嘅。
Or you can choose to put any like pink colored ornaments, such as, in Chinese culture, we have these pair of ducks that represents like love and marriage. You can choose to do that.
或者擺個和合二仙啦。
Or a Buddhist that helps, a Buddha statue that actually helps with relationships also.
OK， 咁我而家講到西南咯喎。
So now we're moving on to southwest.
OK， 嗱，西南咧今年咧其實咧係一個二黑星喺個飛到嗰度。
So this year, the element that is flying into the southwest area is known as the second black sickness star.
又加埋係歲破喎。
So there's another word that I can't explain to you.
OK， 咁咧其實呢個位置咧其實都係今年都係幾麻煩嘅。
So this is actually a pretty tricky spot to be in this year.
OK， 嗱，事關咧西南係屬土嘅。
So the element of southwest, the element is earth.
咁二黑都係屬土嘅噃。
And second black is also earth element based.
所以變化咧，佢就會更加麻煩咗嘅。
Which then turns into even a stronger earth-based element this year.
OK， 咁大家就要我建議大家擺咧就擺個銅嘅葫蘆啦。
So we would recommend you to put a copper,
都有想睇嘅。
a copper gourd. We're gonna have a picture of that too.
或者係五帝錢或者六帝錢啦。
Or 5 copper coins or 6 copper coins.
係啦，咁都可以化解到嗰個病情嘅。
Any of those can actually help ease the sickness.
OK， 咁我而家講到西嘞噃。
So now we're moving on to west.
西咧今年咧就個7赤星咧就飛到嗰個西嘅命宮啦。
So for west this year, we have the element of the seventh element, which is reddish brown, or also known as the kind of like side luck wealth. Not the wealth you gain from your job, but like lottery or like randomly finding money.
又咁啱喎，今年咧個西位屬金，個7赤亦都係屬金。
And the again ironic thing is that on the west this year, the element is gold, but number 7 element is also gold.
其實咧7赤咧係一個類似係與好唔好之間嘅嘢嚟嘅。
So this star, although it might sound like great, it's kind of like in between good and bad.
只要你擺得好嘅嘢咧，佢就可以幫到有偏財啦。
So as long as you put the right items, it will help you gain some, extra wealth you didn't anticipate.
咁我建議咧
So we are suggesting
我哋擺個白色嘅水晶葫蘆啦。
So we're recommending for you to put a white crystal gourd
或者擺啲白色嘅水晶
or some sort of white crystals.
都可以嘅。OK， 咁我哋而家講到係西北咯喎。
So now northwest.
OK， 西北咧就個綠白星就飛到個西北位。
So for northwest this year, in that direction, the star is the sixth white star, which also represents wealth.
咁今年個西北位其實係一個大吉位嚟嘅喎。
So this year, the northwest area of your house is known as the luckiest area, big luck area.
事關西北咧，本身屬金。
Because the element of the northwest direction is naturally gold.
咁六白都係屬金嘅。
And the sixth white element is also gold.
咁我建議啦。
So here's what we recommend.
喺嗰度咧擺個錢罌或者係一個夾萬。
So we recommend to put like either a piggy bank, one that you really like, or a safe.
咁裏邊咧就擺啲金銀珠寶首飾啦，都有片睇嘅。咁裏邊咧最好就擺啲錢啊，擺啲貨幣啊，或者擺啲金落去。
And in the piggy bank or the safe box, whichever you choose, put some money in it, put some, gold, put some stuff that, represents wealth.
OK， 咁又可以喺西北位咧種一盆泥種植物落去。
You can also choose to grow a plant here, but it must be soil-based plant.
OK， 咁我而家就講到去北啦。
So now we're up to north.
OK， 北咧本身咧今年個一白飛到嗰度，亦都係一個吉位嚟嘅。
So this year for north direction, it corresponds to the one white element, which is also a good star.
又咁啱喎！今年嘅北位今年嘅北位個一白去到嗰度係屬水，咁北本身都係屬水。
So again, for this direction, the natural element of north is water, and based on the movement of elements this year, the number one white is also an element of water.
咁變相今年嘅北位咧，不論人緣桃花、正桃花，任何嘅桃花都係會加強咗好大嘅。
So, which means no matter what, because the one white represents people relationship, whether platonically, romantically, or anything like that, it actually adds onto it on top of 2 waters times 2 is more water than normal, right? So here you're going to experience a lot of influx of relationships, whether it's romantically or platonically.
OK， 咁我建議啦。
So here's what we recommend.
擺一個金色嘅花樽。
To put a gold-colored vase.
咁裏邊咧就擺桃花。
And inside put cherry blossoms.
或者擺粉紅色嘅百合花。
Or white-colored lilies.
咁咧會令到嗰個
pink-colored lilies.
粉紅色嘅百合花啦 ，OK 咁咧就會令到嗰個桃花位會更加加強嘅。
And that will increase your relationships.
事關桃花裏邊都有人緣噶嘛。
Right, because although we see relationships normally as romantically, there's also platonic relationships that we need in life.
亦都可以擺一粒粉紅色嘅水晶落去。
Or you can also choose to put one pink crystal.
或者可以擺啲粉紅色嘅物件或者紅色嘅物件落去，都可以催旺嗰個位置嘅。
Or any pink or red colored item in that spot, and it can also help encourage the relationships in your life.
OK， 咁我而家講到就係東北啦。
So now we're going to mention the northeast direction.
其實今年個東北位咧，你話好又得，你話唔好又得。
So this spot this year, you can deem it as good or bad.
點解咧？事關今年個白星咧就會飛到去個東北位嘅。
Because this year, the 8 white star falls into the northeast direction.
你又咁啱喎！今年其實好多個星都一樣嘅。今年嘅東北屬土，八白亦都係屬土。
So again, like the previous elements I mentioned, a lot of the elements of the direction and the stars this year actually correspond. So the northeast element is earth, and the 8 white element is also earth.
點解我話唔好咧？就係話今年個太歲就飛到去嗰個位置啦。
And we say this is bad because this year's one of the bad star this year is at that same spot.
想太歲位咧就唔可以動土嘅。
So when we have that specific star that we're mentioning, it does with crossing the element of the tiger, meaning you're crossing the tiger. That element is in this spot, and it's not a good thing.
所以記得今年東北位不能動土，即係做嘢啊、揼嘢啊、整嘢都唔好啦。
Yeah. So know that this year in the northeast direction of your house to not do any construction, to not do any work basically in that area.
咁又咁講咯喎，咁嗰個位本身係好嘅，但係太歲嚟咗，咁我都要將嗰個位加強好啲噶嘛。OK， 咁你可以喺嗰度擺個元寶啦。
So, because this spot naturally is a good spot to begin with, although we have a bad star coming in that spot, we want to use the natural element of this star to actually increase our own luck itself. So we recommend to put a little, it's a Chinese gold. It looks like a little like ship in a way. We will have a picture.
係啦 ，OK， 咁又我可以擺啲玉嘅器皿，即係玉嘅物件啦。
Or you can choose to put any jade related element.
OK， 咁而家講到啦，成今年最麻煩嘅嘢啦，事關今年嘅中宮，即係喺個九宮飛星裏邊嘅中宮，今年個五黃就飛到去中間。
So now we're going to talk about the most problematic area. So if we think about a house in directions, there's 9 elements, and you're going to say, what's the 9th one? The 9th one is the one in the middle.
但係基本上一間屋嘅中間好少人會用到嘅。
The good thing is though, in a regular household, the middle of the house, dead center, is rarely used.
但係如果一間屋嘅中間係一個廳，用嚟食飯嘅地方，咁咧就有啲麻煩啦。
But if your middle of the house is actually your dining room area or your living room area, there's actually a little bit of a problem.
睇我嘅人都知道咧，我淨係用一樣嘢去解嘅啫。
So those who normally watch us know that we use one thing to help fix that problem.
就係風鈴啦。
And that's a wind chime.
OK， 咁又問啦，哇師傅，咁我冇嚟吊喺天花板咁肉酸㗎。
Yeah, so we'll be like, you know, you're not going to hang this in the middle of your living room on the top of like your lights or something.
OK， 咁咧你可以將佢吊咗喺張餐台嘅下邊。
You can choose to actually put this underneath your dining room table and just give it like a shake every day.
咁咧就可以化解咗嗰個五黃啦。
And that should help, lessen the bad fortune star.
OK， 咁今年嘅九宮飛星我哋就講晒啦。
So now we've told you all the 9 elements of 2022.
咁我就希望咧咁多位都可以平平安安咁度過。
So we wish that you use what you have learned to the best of your ability and obviously safely pass the year.
對於個個身體健康。
Most importantly, be healthy.
咁我再喺度恭祝大家新年快樂。
Here again, we wish everybody a happy Chinese New Year.
拜拜。